What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ross the Boss coming at you with an all-new Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. As you can see here, we are continuing our annexation of Mantua. And of course, we do have a free colonist. Might as well put him to good use. I think we're going to go ahead and, oh man, looks like our general has died. We're going to continue to conquer more and more of Australia as we can, sending down our colonists, spreading our religion. Our legitimacy is slowly improving ever so steadily, and I think what we're going to do next is we're going to find Timbuktu here, and we're going to placate local rulers as much as we can, and try to get this down as much as possible, and hopefully once we get about 20 more prestige, we'll begin our annexation. And we are also going to need to improve relations whenever possible. We are also trying to combat this coalition here. I do believe France is going to join in, but I don't necessarily believe the rest of these countries necessarily matter. We can obviously take over Tunisia, Katsina, Yao, Mali, all of these countries with ease. Here we are. France has joined into our coalition. We are going to send a diplomat down to Timbuktu, begin to improve relations there. And I believe if I've calculated correctly, looks like some of our ships did get destroyed as well. We'll need to replenish those. I think what we'll do is we are making 43 ducats. Let's go ahead and get 10 galleons, I believe is what these are called. They're called two-deckers. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and purchase 10 of these. And we are going to spend 510 gold, have them all meet up in Cantabria here. That way we have 14 heavies, and they are certainly going to be able to pack quite a punch with 100 cannons. That means with 14 ships, we obviously have 1,400 cannons. For the time being, we are not in a war, so there's no need for us to be paying our fort maintenance. Let's also send one of these troops. We have 18,000 troops. Let's send you down and prepare in preparation for our war with Yao and Katsina and Mali. We're hopefully going to be able to take over all of these provinces in one go. We also want to purchase 2 more cannons and both of these regiments to ensure that we have 18,000 on each military. And in the meantime, we are doing quite well. Let's go into our geographical map mode. We have a few states and territories that we need to claim. How does this look? Something along these lines. And we are going to have to spend quite a bit of administrative power, lowering this autonomy as well. But we are going to get a heck of a lot of money. I don't think I want to waste my time down in this area. And how much is this going to cost? Quite expensive. We are waiting on just a little bit more administrative power, and I believe as soon as we unlock heavy frigates here, we should have the ability to unlock the Imperialism Casus Belli. And it looks like we do have a level 3 diplomat, and we have a level 3 Master of Ment. I believe our Emperor here will die fairly soon. Unfortunately, our heir is very cruel, and I'm not sure if we really want a cruel heir. Diplomatic moves, we now have +1 diplomatic relations. We are essentially trying to combat this coalition here, and though I do believe we could easily take out whoever we need to, once some of these, looks like Clan Ricarde will most likely join in as well. Once some of these provinces, you know, start to leave this coalition, possibly even Bavaria, no, Bavaria won't be able to leave. Trier, not going to happen either. Are there any Protestant neighbors? Looks like Nassau. Papal States obviously aren't the correct religion. Yes, unfortunately, Provence does have quite a bit of aggressive expansion, and they want some of their territory back, which isn't going to happen. So, not too much we can do. Ming has announced me as a rival. I could begin conquering some of these smaller areas, but it looks like Tidorian Australia is now a colonial overlord, or excuse me, a colonial province, I should say. I believe we might even go after Brunei, but I am a little concerned about some of these neighbors as well. Probably our best option would be, once the coalition drops, to start targeting Brunei, start targeting Pasai, and trying to take as much territory as we can. Obviously, Sayak does not exist anymore because of our recent campaigns. But in the meantime, our manpower is still growing, our income is growing quite substantially. We are constructing a variety of ships. We are finishing up 24 transport ships because they were lost in a massive defeat. Military access from Tidore. Trading company Bubble Burst. This is unfortunate, but we are going to certainly want some loyalty back. We're going to lose 300 ducats. All of these ships here can head back down to the Ivory Coast. We don't need this merchantman. We are going to, if they have any damage at all, they are going to retreat, and we are going to protect trade in the Ivory Coast. Are we going to make any money at all? We certainly hope so. Looks like we're going to make 8 ducats in profit. I believe we are going to have to add some cannons to these militaries as well, which is fine. I would love to have 18,000 for every single branch, if that's possible. And I think what I'm going to do is I will upgrade these units, and, you know, that way when they do get assaulted, it'll be easier to maintain. If they take any damage they need to repair, we will protect the Sevilla trade node. Looks like we're going to secure 19 ducats in profit, and I really don't want them to die, so I'm going to try to get 50 ships here as well. Absolutely do not want them all being produced in the Canaries. And this should not be... Yep. So just like that, we are going to possibly produce another 20 light ships, though I'm not sure how much more... You know what? I think we'll try to save our money for the time being. We are getting closer and closer to our naval force limit here, and had we have constructed 20 more ships, I'm not sure how much we would have enjoyed that. How many ships do we have protecting the Genoan trade node? Only 20. This absolutely needs to change. We will go ahead and let's go ahead. I think we are actually going to create those 20 ships and create 20 more ships for Genoa. What we really need more than anything is more trade power, and that possibly means taking over all of Naples and possibly even chipping into Tuscany here. Novara is our last core, and looks like Leinster is about to finish up. Let's go ahead and unlock... I would like Royal Mortars before I start chipping away at Glorious Arms. But if we play our cards right, Timbuktu has the ability to be vassalized quite soon. Mantua is about to fall as well, which is quite nice, seeing how we'll have another 29 development. And they are the correct religion. Looks like we have some Tunisian revolutionaries. I'm kind of curious where my next plan would be. I obviously want to attack whoever I can, and I of course would really love to get the Imperialism Casus Belli. How long until we're able to unlock the Enlightenment? That is quite a substantial amount of ducats, and I don't think I want to pay that. So I'm assuming my original idea is to unlock heavy frigates, and then once this price begins to chip down, you know, we're going to swoop in and probably get 1 or 2 diplomatic technologies without any penalties. At least that will be my plan. We already have 17% tech penalty. I do believe I will most likely get the Royal Mortars, only because they are quite powerful. How long until this university here creates the Enlightenment? 1721. That way the rest of these will begin to tick off as well. Looks like Morocco here already has quite a bit of the Enlightenment taken away. And back to our political map mode. I would like to go ahead and declare on Clan Ricarde, but I'm not going to be able to do that for another couple years. And I probably should begin backing off, you know, with a variety of these lands in Europe, only because our aggressive expansion is that high. I believe I also want to go ahead, produce 2 more mortars down here with these 16,000 troops. When I declare on the Buha, they are going to be bringing in some of these neighbors as well. So it would be in our best benefit to bring down 18,000 troops down to Liga. And these 18,000 troops can make their way up. If we were to get Glorious Arms, we would be able to have a lot more prestige, which could be quite nice as well. I'm curious. Let's go ahead and try to vassalize Timbuktu. Diplomatic reputation has diminished. We are going to send our traders whatever they need. We have gained 5 prestige from all of Mantua's military. And I think I am going to disband these troops only because we don't really need them for the time being. Royal marriage offer from Tuscany. Royal marriage offer from Timbuktu. We need to bring Timbuktu's loyalty up to 190. And as soon as we begin vassalizing Timbuktu, we should be able to have enough time to get our diplomatic technology to 23, unlocking the imperialism casus belli. And we'll declare war on the Buha and try to take some of this territory. I think I would like to get royal mortars, though this is very expensive. We have gained the imperialism casus belli against Denmark. I believe I am going to try to take some military support here. Seek support of the clergy. Ooh. I could make a generous donation, but really I need the... I don't want to lose any legitimacy, so I think I'm just going to grant some lands to the clergy. How about some of these islands that are practically worthless? All we need to do is get the influence to over 40%. Looks like we do produce sugarcane here. And the clergy is now 39%. 39.5%. And hopefully 40 influence now. 40.1. Exactly what we needed. Now we didn't lose any legitimacy. We're going to recruit an inquisitor. And now we have above 50% influence. We're going to demand administrative support. And now every single estate hates me. But we now have quite an abundance of military, diplomatic, and administrative power. Once I unlock the Royal Mortar, I don't think I'm going to be worrying about them for worrying about my military technology for quite some time. And as soon as I get my imperialism casus belli on the Buha, we'll dive in and try to declare. And it looks like we already have it. So once we begin my annexation of Timbuktu, we are going to declare war on the Buha. They appear to have quite a bit of iron, quite a bit of salt, and obviously we're going to take over all of Karagwe as well. This is probably going to anger Ethiopia, so we may as well improve relations with them. And on the 1st of December, we are going to begin our vassalization of Timbuktu. It's going to take a very long time, but that is a price I'm willing to take. And without further ado, let's dive in to our war against the Buha with the imperialism casus belli. Going to be dragging in Karagwe. We obviously are going to be getting another general. A 2-4 is not bad at all. You are going to begin sieging down Nduga. And I believe we should be able to knock them out in one blow. We have some very powerful militaries, and they do not. Exactly what I wanted to see. And I think we're going to try to divide and conquer. Are the rest of my ships done? It looks like they are. We're most likely going to go after Madagascar next. try to secure some of these areas. And I would like to go ahead and continue to build up along some of these areas as well. A new settlement. I could either get 10 prestige or 1 base tax for the rest of the game. I do think I want the prestige, but let's go with the base tax only because it's permanent, though I do understand our game will end very soon. Ooh, I could lose 1,500 ducats, but gain 10 loyalty, and I don't want to lose any administrative power. So we're going to grant them aid. But we are still gaining income, but it is very low. From now on, I'm going to probably spend all of my prestige on Morocco here. Obviously, they are very angry we enforced religion. And all I really need for them to do, looks like we have sieged down a province. All I really need from Morocco is essentially to not be rebellious for the time being, and it should just, you know, take care of itself. I think what I will do is placate local rulers. It is still not where I'd like it to be. We have won the Siege of Ruguru. Looks like we have a little bit of troublesome units on the coast here from the Buha. But we are gaining a lot of income every month. I would like to ask for contribution, but only if we had over 50%. And now we get 1,500 ducats, which is very nice indeed. And after Mombasa, I'm very curious, am I going to be able to get a separate piece from Karagwe? And it doesn't look like I am. Very sad indeed. This is because I don't have the ability to core provinces, as far as I can tell. Cannot make it a core. Very unfortunate. But we can always try to take them down later. And now that we have the war score, might as well try to take over as much land as we can. This is 100% war score, and it is not controlled by me or my ally. 12 development versus 13 and 11. I don't think we're going to be able to take anything else. So let's try 128 aggressive expansion, 96.8 overextension. Do we have any current cores as it is? We do not, so I am going to be happy it is under 100. And we are going to end this here. 363 administrative power. And it looks like we are going to be gaining 120 ducats. Is it possible to get anything else? Not that I see. Who's going to hate me? France, Provence, a lot of countries that don't necessarily matter. You know, I think we are going to go ahead and end it here. Take all of these lands. I'm very happy and very excited at the same time. Let's improve the autonomy in these regions. That way we hopefully have less rebellions. We are going to send our missionaries down for the time being. Probably get 3 of the hardest ones to convert. And with the rest, we will begin our coring. Kind of curious, province is under siege. Might want to have to fix that. You are going to go to Mombasa, and you are probably just going to hang around for those rebels. We have a lot of overextension, a lot of new countries joining in. I may want to put a quick cap somewhere. But it is nice, now that we have all of the Buha, we should be able to make another core very shortly. And I think we are going to try to declare war on Sakalawa here. We have finished up a colony. And I think we are going to send you to this direction. That way we could start building up the coastline. Or at least the coastline of Lake Victoria. Are we getting close to our royal mortars? It looks like we are. 723. That was very, very expensive. And surprisingly enough, it looks like we are losing money. I wonder why that is. We are rooting out corruption that doesn't need to be there. So I think what we're going to do is reduce you down to about that much. And I don't believe we need this castle. Don't believe we need this castle. I am going to leave the one in Mombasa. And as our missionaries finish up, we're going to send down our other units and then eventually begin coring whatever we can. How is our annexation of Timbuktu coming? 3.9%. It looks like 0 each month. That is very unfortunate. Most likely due to my overextension. And my legitimacy is quite low, but luckily enough we are trading in ivory. And as soon as these coalitions begin to fall apart, I'm expecting Bavaria. Maybe not Bavaria. It would be quite nice to get enough relations to have a positive about. Might as well send a diplomat over for the time being. Clan Ricarde isn't going to like me no matter what, but if we improve relations to above 75, so obviously get it to about 0, we won't see them joining into the coalition. How are our missionaries coming? Fortification effort in Mombasa. I think we are going to pay the 50 ducats, even though once we start making our way up the coast, we're most likely going to just destroy this fort. Also, another thing that I've been wanting to do is if we go to our colonial and trade regions, there should be a variety of provinces. Maybe overseas provinces. What we're really looking for is going to... It's most likely geographical. Colonial and trade regions. We should be able to determine what provinces have not been given to the trade region. Though I probably have given most of these lands to our trading companies. And from what it looks like we have, this Cape Verde has never been transferred. They are the correct religion, so we may as well. As we move towards the coast, we have a variety of provinces that need to be assigned to a trade company. And it looks like everything that's in red has not been assigned. So we are obviously going to assign as much as we can. We are going to lose a little bit of tax modifications, missionary strength, manpower modifier. But luckily enough, we are going to get a lot of trade power in this region. And for some reason, we can't take these provinces. Assigning more and more to where they need to go. I would really like to take Madagascar quite soon. But I am a little worried that some of these neighbors might not like me very much. All of you should be the correct religion by now. Converting where I can. Having this abundance of extra trade power should be very nice and gathering up more merchants. And almost done, just about 2 or 3 more. And there should be a few provinces up to my north. I believe we own you. And are there any other provinces that I see? Most likely some of these as well. They are the correct religion, though I don't know what we own and what we don't. Should be one in Brunei. Can't wait to look at my trade map mode. See how much trade power we actually have. Should be quite a bit. And do we have these? It looks like we do. I don't believe we have Bicol here. Ah, we do. And just like that, I believe we own you. And I believe you are not the correct religion. Let's go to our political map mode. Are you the correct religion? You are not. But anyway, all we really want to do is look at our trade map mode. Once we have... we don't have very much trade power at all. If we could somehow muster up over 50% trade power, we should be able to get another merchant, so that'll be primarily one of our next goals. And I think if we're playing correctly, we're going to want to take all of these lands, especially this coastal center of trade, We did get a coastal center of trade from Malacca here. And I am going to pause the game, put a cut in here. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in our next adventure.